So next, so then they do the thing with Carmella, and she's like posing. She looks like a porn star. I mean, like, bro, she looks gorgeous, So the funny thing in the background, Liv Morgan's rolling her eyes at her.
Right.
Like, seriously, I'm like, yeah, like this girl, like, this is entertaining. I like what they're doing with the girls on this show.
Everything, bro. Everything up to this point has been well done.
So then Dominic and Sami Zayn, Ray walked onto the stage with Dom and then headed to the back, and Zayn, they wrestle. Good match. So Dom rolled Zayn back in. Okay, Dom flipped over the referee and onto Zayn and ringside. That was a good spot because the referee's like counting Zayn, and Dominic came right from behind the referee and jumped over the referee in a somersault onto Sami Zayn, which I like because it makes sense because like you think like Sami couldn't see him coming, and I don't, so he wasn't standing there waiting to catch him, Dom rolled Zayn back in the ring and then motioned for Ray to stay where he was while saying he had things under control because Ray's down there kind of like getting in the way a little bit, So Dom returns to the ring and immediately gets hit with the haluva kick and Sami beats him. And then after the match, Dominic is frustrated and Ray's trying to talk to him. So there's a little tension here between Dom and Ray.
This was real quick too. Like I think it was 4 minutes.
No, 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Oh, 2 minutes. Yeah, but doesn't need to be because the storyline here is okay. He's screwing up because him and his dad are having cross signals and stuff like that, but it was just it was only 2 minutes, but didn't see that won the squash.
No,
it was like a 50-50 match, and then he just hit with the Luvio. So backstage, Sonya Deville was talking on the phone about Brock Lesnar returning when she was interrupted. This is kind of weird. I don't know where this is going, but this is going to be interesting. Well, it might be interesting, but Naomi.
Oh yeah.
Naomi comes out of the shadows and recalled Deville saying last week she would set her up with a match. Deville said it must have slipped her mind and asked her to try again next week. Cole hyped the main event.
So this is 2 weeks she gets dissed.
Yeah, gets dissed. And bro, because we watch politics and stuff, everything and all that. My whole thing is like, I wonder if they're doing a thing where they might be saying because she's treating her like that because she's black. That's really? What I was thinking. Like, if could you imagine if they went there? Like, like
no,
this,
they would not.
They wouldn't do that. But like, I imagine that because of like the political environment these days, when people watch things like this, they think of that. Let me see. Backstage, Braxton spoke with Balor, who said people have asked him for 5 years what would have happened had he not been injured the night he won the WWE Universal Championship. Says, well, tonight I answer the question. Balor said before heading through the curtain to make his entrance. He hasn't really said a lot since he came back, but he's still a main eventer. Even though he came from like NXT, because he's a former champion and he's got a great entrance and he's good. It's kind of weird.
He's one of these guys that he's more open than what he's been kind of pushed. You know what I'm saying? Because people know he's a star. People know he's good. Yeah.
Right. Once Balor was inside the ring, the Usos attacked him and ran him the ring steps in the barricade. They took the top piece of the ring steps off and slammed them into Balor 3 times, then tossed him in the ring. Jimmy went up top, but the Street Profits made the save, and the referees and the medical come out to check on Balor. Right. So while they're checking on Balor, Roman's entrance hits, and the music cue on this was really good. Because like they did, like all of a sudden, like, oh, here comes Roman, He made
well done.
Yeah, Roman makes his entrance with Paul coming out. The Balor's still being treated, but he shrugs it off and says, screw it, I'm going to fight for the championship. Very good match. Good faults. They had. Let me give you this. Okay, so listen to this sequence here. This was really good. Balor went up top for his coup de grace finisher, but Rollins avoided it and came back with a Superman punch for a near fall. So, like, Roman rolled out of the way, Balor landed on his feet and stumbled, and Roman comes up, Superman punch, 1-2 kick. Balor recovered, gives a couple near falls, gets Roman again, kicks him in the corner, goes up top for the coup de grace, 1-2, good falls finish. He kicked out. But on the kick out, he did the low blow thing where he hit him in the balls.
Right.
It's kind of, they've been doing these weird finishes with Roman where it doesn't really build up. He just kind of like he ground and pounded him and then hooked him in the guillotine and finished him. But it worked, That's the way he's finishing.
Yeah, they don't really build up to it, but
that was a weird, But I guess since he bulb shot at him, that Balor wasn't going to do anything else. I guess was the gimmick, and they just beat him. So.
And they kind of protected Balor because he got attacked before the match, and then the ball shot.
They definitely protect him. Yeah.
But I will say this: as strong as Roman is, and people kind of know, everybody knows he's the man, and he isn't taking any L's. They were into it at the end.
Yeah.
They were really, like, they thought this guy could win, and I was like, wow.
Bro, everybody keeps talking about the AEW crowds. Bro, these WWE crowds are fine. They're like they're not hijacked. They're not. Remember, they used to hijack the shows all the time. They're like they're cheering the baby faces and booing the heels and stuff. So it's like the crowds have been pretty different, kind of, since they've been back. They're kind of more respectful to the product.
Maybe all those people that hijacked the show are now at AEW. They're getting what they want over there.
Right.
Yeah. I'm surprised
you might be right. That's actually a pretty good point. They're AEW fans now.
I'm surprised there hasn't been more CM Punk chants. You would have thought with his return,
I am too. Like I told you when Roman had said that. And that went viral. He says, like, he doesn't move the needle and stuff. I thought for sure when he came out for his entrance, he was going to get the CM Punk chance. And
they're all at AEW shows. They don't go to WWE shows.
Let me tell you what it is. Let me tell you exactly what it is. It's this thing now where, where the AEW fans and the WWE fans are kind of like arguing with each other on Twitter.
Right.
So they're kind of like loyal to their product now.
Right.
Like the WWE fans, maybe that's what this is.
Right.
Maybe this whole thing of like the
back in the day, WCW, WWE fans, same thing.
Maybe the silver lining out of this is that the people that don't like the shows aren't going anymore. They're going to the shows that they like, and they're cheering for stuff. Right. Maybe that's a silver lining out of this because the crowds have been.
It's the same thing in Mexico. Better. In Mexico, there are guys from CMLL that will never ever be caught dead in a AAA show because that's how much they love CMLL, right? And vice versa. So it's good for the industry. It's good for everything. You have competition, and you have and I always get a kick when I meet ex-CMLL guys, and they're like, "Oh, this is the first AAA show I came to," and I go, "What did you think of it?" And they're like, "Well, I had heard this and I had heard that, but I had a really good time." All right, cool. And because usually they'll come to our show because we took somebody from them, that used to be in CMLL. Now they got to come to AAA to watch them. So
next week, the show this Friday at MSG should be packed. You got Brock returning. You got a contract signing with Belair and Becky coming off that, so that should be entertaining. And you got Edge and Rollins. This is
I know Dominic's on there.
Oh, Dominic's on there too. Yeah. So. Well, yeah. Well, so
they're going to Europe too. He was telling me that.
Like I'm looking at all these angles. I'm not interested in anything they're doing on SmackDown right now. I'm invested in all this stuff.
Everything on SmackDown is good.
Yeah. All right. So that's been our SmackDown review.
Enjoy the rest of the show. Boom. Yo, what up? This is Konnan, and I host Keeping It 100. My co-host, Disco Inferno, unfortunately.
Well, I'd say you're my co-host.
Listen, every Thursday here on Spreaker, we talk pro wrestling, sports, movies, music, TV, pop culture, and some politics. It's everything the rest of the pro wrestling podcasts are not.
Tune in to hear myself, the superior one, educate and inform.
Tune in to hear me bury Disco.
That's very disrespectful.
Join us every Thursday on Spreaker and keep it 100. Boom!